Hello everybody, welcome back, dude. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Average F1 show. I'm Average F1 Consumer, and I'm posting a YouTube video again. And with me is my lovely co-host, Nick.
Not so average F1 Consumer.
Today we're going to be doing the 2024 Memorable F1 Moments bracket. This is a new type of video. Hopefully you guys like it. I want to do more like this in the future. So if we do it again, we're going to be picking the topic and seeding each of the options in the Average F1 Consumer Discord, discord.gg/consumerverse. It'll be in my bio and you can find it a lot of different places. So join if you want to be a part of this beautiful form of content. So without further ado, we're not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into these matchups. Matchup number 1. We got Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari versus Yuki Tsunoda denied entry to the United States.
Okay, well, we got one of the biggest headlines of the F1 season, and then we also have Lewis's move to Ferrari.
Yeah, we do. So for those of you who don't know, Yuki Tsunoda on the way to the Las Vegas Grand Prix was held up for a long time by the United States TSA, Security, Border Patrol, whatever you want to call it, and it was really funny. I also forgot to mention that we seeded these from like most known to like least talked about, so that's why Lewis to Ferrari is against Yuki Tsunoda, one of the biggest headlines in the sport.
Yeah.
So, what is your pick here?
Well, realistically, I can't just dump Lewis to Ferrari just like that. But, Yuki's my boy. And this was a really funny story, a really messed up story, honestly. US, be better, man. But, I think I gotta just go with Lewis to Ferrari because of the impact it has in the future. He's one of the biggest drivers, 8-time world champion.
Dude, he's been milking that shit on Instagram. Oh my god, dude.
He looks good in red.
He does, and he's posted literally like 8 times in the past 12 hours. He's like, hey, did you know I'm at the Ferrari factory today? Yeah, I already knew because I checked my Instagram 30 minutes ago. There's another fucking picture of you. But I'm going to agree. Lewis Hamilton Ferrari obviously cakewalks this Yuki Tsunoda debacle. So we're going to go ahead and move this. We're going to go ahead and move it to round 2. All right, next matchup, we got Logan Sargent being dropped mid-season versus the grass randomly catching on fire in China. What do you think? What do you have to say about this?
Well, they're both really funny.
They are both really funny. And honestly, I don't care that much about Logan Sargent, and I hated when he got dropped because of how annoying everyone was about it.
Yeah, well, everyone felt bad for the guy. Not me.
It was just... the girly verse felt very bad for Mr. Sargent. The edits were going crazy, except all the edits were like actually pretty bad.
Yeah.
And really annoying.
I'm going to go with the grass. The grass is way funnier, and people are going to look back in time and just see grass randomly catching on fire in China and be like,
That's funny.
That's funny. Why did this happen?
That is so funny. I'm going to agree again.
No one's going to remember Logan Sargent
Yeah, because he's going to IndyCar. He's going to fail there too. It's not going to be worth it. So, anyways, we're moving on. We can both agree that Logan Sargent should be left in the past.
Shout out to the CCP.
So our next matchup is Lando Norris bottling the World Drivers' Championship versus... Dude, we got a lot of Yuki Tsunoda on here. Yuki Tsunoda trying to kill Daniel Ricciardo in Bahrain. So as a refresher, for those of you who don't know, this was in Bahrain in the post-race after they had done some stupid team orders swapping, and Yuki Tsunoda was on the tail end of that, the short end of the stick. And so on the cooldown lap, he just flies by Daniel Ricciardo, and Daniel Ricciardo calls him a cunt or something. I don't really remember.
Yeah, he was like, "Oi, you Japanese cunt."
I don't think he said that.
He did.
He called him a Japanese cunt?
No.
Yeah, I think he actually called him a helmet, which I had never really heard it used as an insult before. But for me, let's talk about Lando for a little bit, because I put quotations around bottling.
No, I don't think you should have.
Yeah, you're probably right, because he did.
Let's
be real. As a McLaren fan myself, I will admit that he bottled the championship. And it was really funny to see the media hate on Lando Norris because, like, Lando Norris is definitely the type of guy to go read a lot of Instagram comments.
Yeah, he's kind of like if Drake became an F1 driver.
That's so
Except
true.
without the giant
That's
penis.
so true. Except without the giant penis. That is also a good point.
Do you see Lando now has @Lando on Instagram?
I did see that, and he made sure to post about it on Threads. He was like, "Hey, I got the new handle. Isn't this so sick?" And I was like, "No."
That's why he
You
lost
probably
the
paid.
Drivers'
How much
Championship.
do you think he paid for that?
A lot.
Yeah, probably like realistically, I would guess he probably paid $50K for that username.
I'm thinking more.
Really?
The second someone sees that Lando Norris is trying to get that username, they are going to stocks up.
That's a good point. Anyways, let's not lose track here. So what are you going with? Lando Norris bottling the championship or Yuki Tsunoda trying to kill Daniel Ricciardo?
I'm going with Yuki trying to kill Daniel Ricciardo. That was really funny.
Okay, this is gonna be the first disagreement of the show, and what we do is we're gonna flip a coin. You're gonna have to use Siri because we don't have a coin, but I'm going with Lando, so I'll be heads, you'll be tails.
Flip a coin for me.
It's heads.
Okay, so
Wait, who do we say was who?
fuck, I don't remember. I'm heads, you're tails. Let's do it again. Flip a coin.
It's tails this time.
Okay, so Yuki Tsunoda moves on.
It was just more of a cultural impact.
Next matchup, we've got Sergio Perez's entire season versus Jack Doohan getting a fake contract. This is like Michigan versus Ohio State. This is
Yeah.
a big matchup right
This-
here. I hate to do this in the first round, but this is tough.
This could have been a Super Bowl.
This could have been a Super Bowl. And I know Jack Doohan getting a fake contract is kind of like 2025, but the season hasn't started yet, so I'm allowing it.
And he got his contract in 2024.
But we didn't know
We didn't know it was fake.
he was
yet.
getting the shaft until 2025. So obviously Sergio Perez's entire season, we understand that. But for those of you who don't know, Jack Doohan has apparently signed a contract for the first 6 races of next season, and then Franco Colapinto turns around and signs a reserve deal for 5 years. So it's pretty obvious what's going on there. It's really funny. And Jack Doohan, I'd be really sad if I was you. So what do we think wins?
I'm still going with Sergio. Dude, that season was
It was so bad.
catastrophic.
Dude, Sergio Perez was funding small content creators last
Yeah.
season. The edits, the memes, everything in between. I'm going to agree and say Sergio Perez on this one.
Who's the dude on Instagram that made the video where they swipe Sergio from the phone onto the big screen?
Oh yeah, I think that was
Building.
Formula 1.
Shouts
Or
to Formula 1. I
Formula
think
1
that
or
was who it
Formula
was.
2. I don't remember. Oh, that was
Shout
funny.
out.
Yeah, shout out to Formula 1 and Pierre Gasly. A lot of great niche F1 meme Instagram pages out there that I follow religiously. Next matchup, we've got Lewis winning at Silverstone versus China SQ3. So, China SQ3, you're probably thinking, what the fuck happened in China SQ3? Not really much, but it was a rainy qualifying and 6 different people got pole, and it was the time where Lando got pole, and then it got deleted, and then it got undeleted. And it was really funny because all the Lewis Hamilton fans, because Lewis Hamilton was going to have pole, and then so all the Lewis Hamilton dick riders were freaking out on Twitter. Lewis winning at Silverstone for me, though, is... I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan, and he's already won the race like 8 fucking times, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. I'm going with China SQ3.
I'm also going to go with China SQ3 here,
It was
just
lit.
because...
And it was like the first time in like 3 years we've had that track.
Like, more than that, like 5 or 6. The last one was 2019, because they were, like, COVID freaks for 4 years. Or, yeah, I think it was... This would have been the 5th year without the track. So we went 4 years without it. Next matchup.
Shouts to the CCP.
Next matchup. Charles Leclerc getting his dream wins in Monaco and Monza in the same season versus Liam Lawson flips off Checo and ruins his entire image.
This is like
Another heater, I
Yeah.
will say.
Napalm Strike versus Crying Baby.
Charles winning in his 2 favorite races It was really sick. Both of these wins were really cool to watch.
And he also got to meet you in Monaco.
That is true. He had the privilege of meeting me in Monaco, and I beat him in FP1 on the F124 game. Just so everybody knows, Charles Leclerc, I'm coming for your seat in like T-minus 4 years.
And I'm coming inside you. That's a threat.
Liam Lawson flipping off Checo, though, it's a little it's forgotten now because people just hate Liam Lawson because it's like embedded in their brains. But people forget this is why it started. Because him and Checo were battling in Mexico, which was hilarious because that shouldn't be happening in the first place. But Liam Lawson passes him on the main straight and just throws him one. And all the Mexican fans were pissed, dude.
I love it.
It was hilarious. And then people were, even this, like, it spread like wildfire through the community. Because at first it was the Mexican Red Bull fans. Then it was all Red Bull fans.
Then it was all Mexicans.
Then it was, so then he takes Yuki Tsunoda, quote unquote, takes Yuki Tsunoda's Red Bull seat, and now people hate him even more. And so literally going into this season, I feel like Liam Lawson is the most hated driver on the grid. Because Lance Stroll, dude, Lance
Esteban
Stroll,
Ocon's still on the grid.
I know, but like people dick ride him, dude. It's weird. And people dick ride Liam Lawson too, but I do think Liam Lawson has a genuine case for most hated driver on the grid right now.
That's fair.
Which is so funny. Because he literally did nothing. He did nothing wrong. Because when Fernando Alonso flips someone off, it's funny.
Well, he has the resume to back that up.
That
Liam
is
Lawson
true.
was
That is a good point.
Sitting in the corner sucking his thumb for 2 seasons.
I'm personally going to go with Liam Lawson. Because I think it's really funny.
I'm also going to go with Liam Lawson. Because I also thought it was really funny.
Damn, we need to stop agreeing.
Yeah.
We need some more feist in this show. Next one, we got Oscar Piastri home race bit. 2 Oscar Piastris in this match.
Oh man.
Versus Oscar's overtake on Lando in Monza that just that like started like the papaya rules movement. I'm pretty sure. So the home race bit was mostly like the first half of the season, and it just became Oscar Piastri saying every race was his home race, and it stopped just because I don't know. I guess he got tired of it, but that was really funny. What do you think about this?
Oscar's overtake in Monza was probably the craziest overtake of the season.
I disagree with that.
Which one would you put ahead of it?
I would pick another Oscar overtake. I would pick the Azerbaijan overtake against Charles.
Oh, that's not this one?
No, this one's against Lando in Monza, and then he takes the lead, and then Lando falls back to third, and then Charles outpaces Oscar.
Okay.
Nah.
I thought. Okay, never mind. Then I switch.
You switch.
Home race bit was pretty funny.
We also got Oscar Piastri Leclerc from that bit.
Yeah, and I do like that bit. And all the F1 girlies out there, I know you like it too. You kept showing up on my Explore page, so shoutouts to you. I know you're watching.
I personally, I think I'm going to go with the overtake in Monza because the home race bit, especially by the time Liberty Media gets their hands on it and starts making it funny or like making memes about it, that's how you know the meme is dead. And so when they put Oscar Piastri Leclerc on the board in FP1, it was like kind of funny, but I was like, okay, this joke's like done now.
And then they had Hawk Tua under it.
Yeah, Hawk Tua Norris.
Hawk Tua and Big Chungus.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the overtake in Monza also because the amount of repercussions, it's just like it was like a butterfly effect. Because then everyone was shitting on McLaren and Lando Norris for so long. Because it was so funny. It was very clear that the team orders were like, okay, no overtakes into turn 1, just like keep the 1-2. So he did that. And then turn 4 is the next like actual overtaking spot. And then he just fucking lunges one. I'm putting the clip on the screen right now if I haven't already done it. But it was so funny. The fact that it was on his teammate and it was that risky of an overtake, I'm saying that's better. So get your phone out. We need to flip a coin.
I'm going to get my phone out. You know, if that never happened, then Yuki's probably in the Red Bull. Hello, Siri. Can you flip the coin, please? It's tails. I'm tails.
Dude, you win again?
Suck me.
Okay, so home race bit moves on. All right, final matchup of the left side of the bracket. We've got a sad one. Daniel Ricciardo post-race interview in Singapore. It is a memorable moment. You remember that, right?
I do remember it, and
And then-
I've shared my opinions about it before, and I'm gonna share it again.
Versus Kevin Magnussen race ban. So let's get into it. What do you have to say about this Singapore interview?
To be honest, and I'm gonna break a lot of hearts here, I didn't care, and it was being shoved down my throat viciously. Daniel Ricciardo was being shoved down my throat.
What I would give.
And I just didn't care. There was a lot of time for me to say goodbye to Daniel Ricciardo. There was probably, 3 seasons worth of time to really...
2021, 2022, 2023, all terrible.
Yeah, I was over the guy, to be honest. I think he's a good dude. He's probably going to stay in Red Bull's media team, to be honest.
Yeah. I could see him commentating down the road.
They'll give him a lot of money to do that. So...
Yeah.
It's not a goodbye forever. It's a goodbye from racing, and that's probably a good thing, to be honest.
I hold this interview a little more close to my heart because it was very sad. Daniel Ricciardo was one of my favorite drivers for a while, and you could tell he was sad and he knew it was over. It was just sad, and it was very memorable. But this Kevin Magnussen race ban
was really funny.
Dude, he went on a Linsanity run.
Oh my god.
The first half of the season, he got a bullshit penalty point in Monza. I remember that. I'll play it on the screen right now. He did nothing to. It was like against Pierre Gasly or something. But the fact that Kevin Magnussen is the first driver to get a race ban in like decades, I don't actually know. Don't quote me on
It
that.
speaks volumes to his aura.
He does have so much aura, and the fact that he's not in the sport this season is gonna be.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. So I assume you're gonna go with the Kevin Magnussen race ban.
I am.
I'm gonna challenge it. I'm going to the coin flip because I really do love this interview in Singapore, as depressing as it is. It's like watching a sad movie.
Yeah,
I can't take my eyes off of it.
Kevin Magnussen race ban's like an Adam Sandler movie that you can just keep coming back to and watching over and over again.
That's a really good point.
It never gets old.
Okay, you've persuaded me. I'm actually gonna change mine because Kevin Magnussen race ban is
Let's go.
for the culture.
You can just put that headline out there and people just smile.
So kicking off the right side of the bracket, we got a pretty sexual matchup
It's a good
here.
matchup.
We got Christian Horner WhatsApp chats versus OnlyFans Alpine Formula One team.
Do you remember I sent you that headline?
OnlyFans or
Yeah, I
Christian
sent you
Horner?
the OnlyFans headline.
I don't remember that,
I
but
saw it on Reddit.
God, it's so funny. This didn't actually happen for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, but there was a very big rumor backed by a lot of credible sources that OnlyFans was about to become a title sponsor for Alpine.
And I needed that. The Pierre Gasly OnlyFans collab would be awesome.
Yeah, I made a Photoshop of that actually that I'll put on screen, but I remember looking into it, and like OnlyFans is like involved in racing already. Like
With whom?
It was like a lower tier like MotoGP something, and then there was like an endurance like GT class Lamborghini with an OnlyFans livery. There's like some picture of some OnlyFans model like just like chilling. Not across the
Full
hood,
frontal?
but no. She's wearing a race suit that has OnlyFans on it. But let's dive into the heater of this side of the bracket. Christian Horner's WhatsApp chats. This was before the season even started. Like Bahrain, this was like all the talk.
Yeah.
And it was like it made like a shitty race like Bahrain so much more fun.
His companion, what did she say to him about not wanting him to explode?
Oh yeah, the exploding. He was like, "Can you call or something?" And then she was like, "No, I don't want to talk so you can
So you can explode.
just so you can explode all over your screen." Although I can't remember the chats, I am still going to go with Christian Horner WhatsApp chats.
I am also going to go with that.
Cool.
My question to you, do you think Pierre Gasly is a gooner?
Do I think he's a gooner?
What's gooning?
I'm pretty sure stop. I think it's just edging. Anyways, next matchup. We
Oh
got
my god.
the Alpinists double podium in Brazil versus Donald Trump helped Lando Norris win his first race.
This is easily the most cursed matchup.
The most heinous matchup.
Yeah, you
'Cause-
got the first tower on top and then
Oh.
the second tower on the bottom, dude.
Oh no. Oh no. Obviously everyone remembers that Alpine double podium in Brazil. What they don't remember is in Miami when Lando Norris won his first race was when Donald Trump like endorsed McLaren on like Truth Social or whatever. He was like, This is what America needs. We need more winners. We need more
he was
winning.
like chilling in the paddock, right?
Yeah, him and Zach Brown were in cahoots like all day. I don't want to pick either of these.
I don't think either of these should move on.
You know, I hate Alpine.
I also hate Alpine.
I fucking hate that French team, and I would hate them a lot less if they
French
were
people.
Renault. I would hate them less if they were still Renault. But they're like, ew, we're going to promote our dumb little sports cars. No, dude, you're not. Because you fucking suck at F1, and you make like 2 cars, and they both suck, and no one buys them. So, with that being said, I'm going with the Alpine double podium in Brazil because it's just better.
I fucking hate French people.
So much to the point where you're gonna move Donald Trump up.
I hate old Donny boy too,
The
but
Don.
I don't know. There's something suspicious going on over there. Actually, on both sides. You ever watch Cars 2?
Yeah, the spy thriller that Drake really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So what are you going?
I'm going with Donald Trump helping Lando get his first win. I think it's a better like headline
Okay,
than
get the coin out.
yeah. Okay.
Please stop yapping to Siri, dog.
Hey Siri, I have to ask you a question. Can you flip a coin for me, pretty please?
It's tails.
It's tails.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Move the chains that way.
Texans got shit on.
Yeah. Well.
Next up, we have the McLaren Hungary drama versus Kimi Antonelli crashing on his first ever push lap. What do we think?
I mean, honestly, people aren't gonna remember Kimi crashing on his first push lap.
I'm gonna remember that. Because,
Well-
dude, the kid, he's being treated like fucking LeBron James. And he goes out, first ever, like, official, like, logged laps on a Formula One weekend, and he crashes immediately. It was so funny. Because people, dude, Will Buxton does tricks on it. And the kid's barely 18, so I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
But Kimi Antonelli crashing on his first lap, so funny. I'm saying that's not an underrated thing. I guess it is, because I think it's hilarious. Bro, I hope the mic didn't pick that. McLaren Hungary drama, what do you think about this in comparison?
This was wild.
It was
This was just a roller coaster of emotions.
It was really funny.
And it really just the whole like situation was just
Bro, don't.
it was just a disaster, and it really sums up McLaren's season very well and tarnished Oscar's first win.
This does summarize McLaren's season, because it was Oscar out front, then he got undercut by Lando.
Yeah.
And the team basically orchestrated that, and then they were like, nah, fuck that. And Lando got all mad. What are you going with here?
I don't think people are going to remember Kimi crashing.
That is true. This is the most memorable moments.
And this is like the first time McLaren had a chance to do anything in God knows how long. And it really just summed up the season
That's a good point.
very nicely.
Yeah, I'll concede. I'll say, yeah, McLaren Hungary drama.
You're
We'll move on.
conceding like crazy. You're just giving me all the wins.
Dude, I know. This isn't competition, man.
It feels like a competition.
Next matchup. George Russell getting disqualified in Belgium versus Max's car shitting itself in Australia.
Ooh, you should tell the story about Colin.
Oh, facts. So we lived next door to each other our freshman year of college. And ever since then, we've become...
Don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
We've been very good friends. But my roommate freshman year, his name was Colin, and he is a Disney adult and works in Florida at Disney World now. Don't make fun of him. Only I can do that. He came up to where we live for a weekend, and he is a gambling addict, so he decided to bet on none other than Carlos Sainz to win the Australian Grand Prix. And I'm just going to say, F1 odds, I talked about this in an unreleased video that I never put out. F1 betting odds are so bad.
They are pretty
He only got $100. How is that going to pay? I think he wagered like $30.
I think it was $5.
Oh, really? So
It
it was
was
five to win,
$5 he got that he put on that.
and he won 100. So that would have been plus 2,000.
Yeah.
Still,
Still,
I just
that's
remember,
not good enough.
I remember looking at the World Championship odds. You could bet on Logan Sargent winning the World Championship. If you put 10 grand on Logan Sargent winning the World Championship, you would only be a millionaire. You would only have $1 million. You deserve.
They do not understand.
You
the
deserve
odds.
the whole continent of North America. If you were to put 10 grand on Logan Sargent winning the championship before the season even starts, and he wins the championship, you deserve billions.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense. Anyways, George Russell getting disqualified in Belgium was hilarious because I hate the guy.
I actually thought he drove a really good race.
He did drive a good race, but I remember being like, damn, George Russell won. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, like it was a good call by him.
Yeah, the one stop was a good call, but I was just like, dude, on the podium, he's going to be so annoying.
Yeah. He's going to hit the pose again.
Come on! Anyways. Max's car shitting itself, though, was also... I mean, it wasn't, like, really funny or anything.
It was just like...
It was like, holy shit, the
like
guy's, like, not immortal. Because the first two races were Bahrain, Jeddah, Max Verstappen destroyed. Like, I was like, we're getting another 2023 this year.
Yeah.
And the Australia reliability issues was like the first glimpse of a good season. Mm-hmm. So it is going to be memorable.
I think I'm going to go with Max's car. I think it was just a more memorable moment for me. We got Domino's that night.
That is true. For us personally, it was a very memorable moment.
Yeah, it was a good night.
I'm going to agree with you again.
Idiot.
Dude, don't give me that shit. Next matchup, Oliver Behrman in a Ferrari at Jeddah versus Max versus George.
This is actually the napalm strike versus the crying baby. Max versus George beef is obviously the napalm strike.
No, dude. I'm saying Oliver Behrman in a Ferrari is definitely... Dude, the Max versus George beef was it was all, like, blown up by the media. Like, it wasn't even that big of a deal. And then everyone... Fucking Liam Lawson took his broke ass on a podcast and was like... He was like, oh, dude, we went to the driver's dinner and Max, like... George went over and sat on the other side of the table. Oh, it's so funny. I don't care. Like, it's not that funny. Oliver Behrman in a Ferrari at Jeddah, that was cool.
It was fucking sick.
It was cool. I'm going to remember that. That was an iconic moment.
It was sick. I'll agree with you there.
Okay, so I've converted you to challenge because I'm picking Oliver Behrman 100%.
I don't know. There's just a lot of funny quotes that came from the Max versus George beef. And
Name one.
Fucking Toto Wolff making fun of Christian Horner and calling him a yapper.
That's what they do that like all the time though. They hate each other. They're like Batman and Joker. Except unless if Joker is just really horny and texts his coworkers.
Yeah, and
explodes everywhere.
They need to make an edit of Christian Horner's face on that dude pulling up to the drive-thru stroking his shit.
Dude. Have y'all seen the video of the guy who pulled up to like a bikini coffee shop and he was jerking off?
It was actually Christian Horner. And it turned out
it was black Christian Horner.
Dude, you can't say.
Wait, the dude was black. Go look up dude stroking it in a drive-thru.
Hey, get that trending.
Yeah, get that. It's actually on Reddit, so I don't think.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that trending.
So are you going with Max versus George or Oliver Behrman?
No, I'll go with Ollie.
Okay, bad. I finally win one, dude.
Yeah, well.
Even though this isn't a competition, I finally fucking win one. All right, next matchup: Leo motherfucking Leclerc versus Max Verstappen mental breakdown in Hungary. This is a napalm strike versus crying baby.
Yeah, it really is.
I fucking hate Leo Leclerc. He sucks, and I would punt him off a bridge like they did in Anchorman. And I think the media... I hate when the media takes some shit and makes it the only talking point between races. It's just fucking Leo Leclerc between Monaco and whatever shitty race came after that. It might have been a banger. I don't actually remember. But it was all just fucking Leo Leclerc. I don't give a shit. He's not that cute. He's kind of cute, but not that cute.
No, what's Lewis's fat dog's name?
Roscoe.
Roscoe's a way better dog.
Yeah, but have you seen his Instagram? Have you seen like how Lewis posts?
No, I have seen that.
Dude,
that is
weird.
It's
weird. Lewis,
you're
too old and you're too masculine.
You are a beautiful man, and you have a lot of swagger, and you do not need to be doing that shit.
It's like Wasco made a fucky wucky in the
Wasco
dirt.
made a stinky winky
in the dirt
in the yard.
I'm really happy to be a
Dad
Mercedes.
Pick up my poop today.
Dad, I'm wearing Ferrari wed for the first time today. I'm saying Max Verstappen mental breakdown in Hungary. We can talk about it more in the next round, but this is a cakewalk for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, perfect. We can leave Leo Leclerc in the fucking dust where he belongs. Okay. So next matchup, Yuki Tsunoda shitting his pants in Las Vegas versus the Max Lando clash in Austria.
I don't think you put Yuki shitting himself on the list that you sent me.
Yes,
So
it's there.
You're gonna have to refresh me on what this is.
It's just him in an interview, and he got asked some question about what happened. He was like, "I shit my pants."
You had one of the most unexpected moments of the race when you got a bit of airtime in the in the pit lane. What happened there?
Oh.
It was a polystyrene block and off you went.
Shit my pants.
Just like on live television, he said,
Okay.
"I shit my pants." So I know you're a big Yuki lover.
I'm a big Yuki
So-
lover.
Even without context, are you going with the Yuki
It's
Tsunoda?
a really funny headline, but Max versus Lando in Austria?
Hot take, this might have been the best race of the season. I'm just saying, I remember how excited and how on edge, how much edging I was doing during this race.
I would agree with you, except George won this race.
Yeah, but, oh yeah, you're so right. But that's not what the prompt is, though. It's Max versus Lando in Austria. This was one of the best battles of the season.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
It was like 10 straight laps of dive bombs and running each other off the track until finally they fucking crashed, which kind of sucked, but
It was really funny.
I'm going with Max versus Lando here.
I'll also go with Max versus Lando.
Alright.
But I would like a pair of those Yuki underwears. So
They'll probably be on eBay in a couple of years when Yuki gets kicked out of V-Carb for after like his 8th season at whatever the fuck they're going to be called in 2 years. I don't even know.
probably could have got his poopy underwear if you actually got your bitch ass to the
Get in, dude. You can't talk about that. I'm gonna bleep that, but I did get an offer to go to Vegas, and they were like, "What are your rates?" And I shot for the moon. I shot a little high,
You
put a
should
little
ask-
too much juice on there, and they did not hit me back.
No, you should have asked for one Yuki poopy pants.
If I had known that was gonna happen, I would have just taken that as payment, and
Yeah.
maybe also paying for my flights. But yeah, I didn't do it. But anyways, last matchup of the first round, we got K-Mag's 5-minute dominance in Canada versus Max Verstappen's Brazil drive. You remember this, right?
I do remember.
K-Mag literally went from like P25 to P4
He
in
went
like
from F2 to F1.
he went from F2 to P3 in like 2 laps.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And then he came in and everything went away. And it was just perfect. It was a storybook
Kevin
Magnussen
Magnussen
move. Yeah, exactly. But the Max Verstappen Brazil win, this is basically, we're just picking iconic moment versus iconic meme.
Yeah. It honestly, it was like Max pulling out his penis and
Yeah.
being like, I'm done playing around.
I'm still that guy.
I'm still that guy.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Max Verstappen. What about you?
I'm also going to go with Max.
Okay, so concluding the first round with, this was like one of the more popular, obviously. So that's going to conclude the first round. We're going to move on to round 2, starting off with Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari versus grass randomly catching on fire in China.
Lewis to Ferrari is probably going to be talked about for God knows how long. Especially if he does well with
Or
Ferrari.
really bad.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be talked about, unless he just does mediocre. Either way, I think we can agree that Lewis to Ferrari has a lot. It's going to need better competition to get knocked out, if you know what I mean. Yuki Tsunoda tries to kill Daniel Ricciardo versus Sergio Perez's entire season.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Sergio Perez just because that is so funny.
I
It
think
was-
I'm also going to go with Sergio Perez. I don't think you could have wrote a better script for him.
Yeah. The NFL writes bad scripts. F1 writes good scripts.
It does.
Sergio Perez just being fucking terrible was a hilarious script.
Just-
I loved that.
Week after week, getting that text that Sergio was out in Q.
Yeah, because you would never watch qualifying, and literally like clockwork every 2 weeks on a Saturday morning. It was, yo, did you see Perez got out in
Sergio
Q2?
disaster class.
Yeah, literally every single fucking time. I'll put some text on the screen. All right, next matchup: China SQ3 versus Liam Lawson ruining his entire image. I know what I'm going with here.
I think I also know what I'm going with here, and I'm gonna base it on the future because I think based on what happens in the future, this can be even funnier. I'm pretty much giving it away. I'm going with Liam Lawson.
I'm also going with Liam Lawson.
Yeah, I think if he just shits the bed next year, at
Dude,
Red Bull.
people are gonna hate
People-
him. Even for the Checo stuff, his Instagram comments were a war zone. So, God save Liam Lawson if he does any worse than P4 like ever next year. People are gonna rip him to shreds, dude. Like the podcast, or like, I'm trying to think of another very like negative F1 spokesperson that'll just jump on the hate bandwagon.
Stephen A?
Dude, I'm F1 Stephen A. Stay off the weed. I don't know if actually stay off the cheating on your wife, Sergio Perez. You've done that several times. You probably shouldn't do that anymore. But now you're going to be home a lot, so it's okay. You won't have to fuck a stripper in Monaco anymore because you're not going to be invited back. So we got Oscar Piastri home race bit versus Kevin Magnussen race ban. Race bit or race ban? What are we saying?
That's the question for today. I'm going with the race ban, man. That's
I am too.
That's
God, dude, it's
that
so
might
funny.
make the finals for me.
I honestly, I see Kevin Magnussen race ban going deep. Right side of the bracket, we got Christian Horner WhatsApp disaster versus Donald Trump helping Lando Norris. Two esque men.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So who's?
Lando and Christian Horner.
I remember seeing rumors last season. Did you ever see that Lando Norris got broken up with because he took like a supermodel on a date to McDonald's? It's like definitely not true, but like
That's
all these like F1 Girlyverse websites, like all these like clickbait ass Planet F1 ass websites, were like they were like Lando Norris got broken up with because he cheated on his girlfriend by taking someone on a McDonald's date.
That just reminds me of like those rat posts where it's like 42 Doug dropped his fries courtside.
Giorgio got finessed for his
For
book
the
bag.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Lando Norris' girlfriend breaks up from him for
For taking a bitch to McDonald's. Imagine taking a supermodel to McDonald's.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we do.
Shouts to my beautiful GF. I know you're watching.
I was about to say, yeah, we do go to McDonald's a lot, but, fuck me, right? I'm going with Christian Horner.
I'm also going with Christian Horner.
Bet we can put the Don to rest, get him out of Formula
get out
One.
of here.
All right, next matchup: McLaren Hungary drama versus Max's car shitting itself in Australia. I'm gonna go with McLaren Hungary drama here. I think this is more iconic.
Yeah, I agree. The
Oh.
vibes were there with Australia.
Yeah.
It was a good time. But, yeah, I agree with you. And you were trying to put Kimmy on?
That is true, but that is a good matchup. Kimi versus McLaren.
I don't give a shit about Kimmy, dude.
Next matchup, we got Ollie Behrman and a Ferrari versus Max Verstappen mental breakdown. I'm going with Max Verstappen
Yeah,
mental breakdown.
me too, dude.
That was so funny. And
It
dude,
was-
do you remember when fucking Crofty was like, he literally like 8 times was like, he was actually sim racing until about 4 in the morning last night. That's probably why he's so grumpy on the radio.
Shut the hell up, bro. He's a grown-ass man.
Dude, he said it like 8 times.
Oh, that's why no one fucking likes Crofty.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Alex Jakes. He's the fucking
He
better
is the fucking
commentator
man, dude.
anyways. He's the fucking man. He's a better commentator. And I'm very sad that he's not doing F2 next season. Max versus Lando versus Max Verstappen, Brazil. We got a lot of Max Verstappen in this section of the bracket.
We do.
Yeah. And it's just by coincidence because either of these could have lost.
Yeah.
They were both close.
Do we have no more Yuki in the bracket?
We might have voted all of them off. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Okay. This is tough. I'm personally going to go. I'm still going to ride Max versus Lando in Austria. Personally, I enjoyed that more.
I also think I enjoyed that more, and there was just a lot of noise from it. That
Yeah.
I enjoyed listening to people's takes.
Yeah.
As a F1 newbie, I didn't know who was in the right, who was in the wrong, so there's a lot to learn there.
I made a video about it, so go watch that video after you're done watching this
What
video.
was your opinion? Because I didn't watch that shit.
I said Max ran Lando off the track, and it was more Max's fault for sure. But I'm also a McLaren glazer, so take that with a grain of salt. Oh my god, dude, look at this matchup. Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari versus Sergio Perez's entire season.
Dude.
Oh my god, dude. This is like personal favorite versus like realistic,
has to
like
be.
more memorable. But I really don't want to let Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari win this because it's
Just-
obviously like the most memorable moment, but it wasn't even in 2024. You know what I mean? Like it didn't
he
happen in
wasn't-
2024.
Yeah, he wasn't doing anything yet. It was just the announcement. Personally, I'm saying fuck all the noise. When I think back to the 2024 season, I'm going to think about fucking Sergio Perez being a goddamn every weekend and doing fucking God knows what on that track.
In the wall, in the gravel, you name it. I'm gonna agree. We're gonna knock off Lewis to Ferrari with Sergio Perez's powers of crashing and fucking strippers in Monaco.
Yeah.
Even though that was in 2022, I'm not letting it go, buddy. Sergio Perez makes the final four. Probably the first time he's been in the top four of anything in a while. Next Elite Eight matchup, we have Liam Lawson. That whole debacle, we've been over it, versus Kevin Magnussen race band. The powerhouse versus the underdog. As in, Kevin Magnussen's the powerhouse.
Yeah.
Because that dude has a huge penis. I'm 100% sure.
Well, yeah. Is he Danish?
Yeah.
Shout out to Cheese Danishes. I'm going with Kevin Magnussen race band, bro.
I think it's so funny that Liam Lawson is now like one of the most hated drivers, and it all started because he flipped off Checo in Mexico.
Yeah.
But Kevin Magnussen race band is just too iconic, so I'm gonna concede and allow Kevin Magnussen race band to go unchallenged into the final four.
I love Kevin Magnussen.
Anyways, we got Christian Horner being a sex demon versus McLaren Hungary drama. I gotta go with Christian Horner. What's that?
Yeah, me too.
It's so fucking funny, and
it keeps living on. I feel like every month of the year,
dude. If you
I've made that joke,
yeah,
like Christian Horner being horny.
Yeah, like if Christian Horner is ever like, if he like makes a bad call or like, you know, literally does anything wrong, he's like, oh, he's busy texting his coworkers,
it to
busy jerking it to pictures of 50-year-old women.
Yeah,
he's married to a Spice Girl, and he's doing that shit. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, that is ridiculous. It would be one thing if he was married to like your average British woman that's like past 30.
I wouldn't want to see them teeth.
Exactly, but you have kids with a Spice Girl, and apparently I've seen alleged photos of the coworker.
We're not gonna shame anyone.
She's like 4. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm going. We both agreed. Christian Horner moves on to the final four. It's such a shame that a criminal act is in the final four. Actually,
no, I don't think it
kind of
is.
there's 3 in there already, including this, which is Sergio Perez, Kevin Magnussen getting a race ban, and an actual crime.
Yeah.
All criminal acts, if you ask me. Final matchup of the Elite Eight. We got 2 Max Verstappen instances. We got Max Verstappen mental breakdown versus Max versus Lando. So, what are we going with here? Give me your take first.
Max's mental breakdown just... And like looking back, there was no reason why it had to happen.
Yeah, and then he crashed into Lewis like 5 minutes later.
It didn't have to happen. He could have just calmed down and kept racing.
He just fucking kept. That's what you get for this fucking bullshit, man. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Max versus Lando. I mean, media was dick riding it, but they both they fucking love each other or whatever.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know. I'm going with Max mental breakdown.
I'm going with the mental breakdown too. I think this has a really good shot at winning the entire bracket. Oh man, it's so funny.
Very underrated.
And that means we're moving on to the final four. I gotta zoom out for this one. We got Sergio Perez's entire season versus Kevin Magnussen race band. Dude, these are getting hard.
These are getting hard.
These are getting really hard. Sergio Perez's entire season, fucking hilarious.
Really funny.
Staple of the F1 season. Literally, like, without Sergio Perez being bad, you lose, like, at least 25% of what made this season so good, if not more.
Yeah.
Kevin Magnussen race band.
It was a really powerful and iconic moment. It was like when, do you remember the Pepsi commercial with Kendall Jenner?
Yeah.
It was like that.
She was like, it was like a, what was it, like a Black Lives Matter protest, and then she just like gives the police
she just gave the police a Pepsi, and then
they're like,
okay.
Oh
my god!
And the riot itself was just like people dancing.
Yeah.
We don't really like racism that
We
much.
like Pepsi now.
So is it Kevin Magnussen Pepsi commercial or Sergio Perez entire season?
Attack.
Okay. I think I know who I'm going with, personally.
I think I have it.
All right. On 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Sergio Perez. Okay, yeah. Perfect. It's just more longevity. This
Yeah.
was a meme through the whole season.
Yeah.
So obviously this one's got to go for me. Kevin Magnussen race ban was like one of the best highlights of the whole season.
Yeah.
But Sergio Perez was the funniest shit ever. Okay, other Final Four. We've got Christian Horner WhatsApp versus Max Verstappen mental breakdown. This is really tough.
I don't know, man. I can't look at the headline Max Verstappen mental breakdown and not laugh. It brings a smile to my face.
But just think about Christian Horner
I know.
jerking
I
off
know.
while texting.
Well, I don't want to think about that.
Okay, fine. Make me look weird. For the F1 meme community, Christian Horner's sex scandal was one of the funniest things of all time.
Yeah.
But Max Verstappen screaming his fucking balls off. Because he does that a lot, but this one was bad.
Yeah, this
was like the ultimate crash out for Max Verstappen. Okay, do you know what you're going with?
I don't. For Sergio Perez's entire season, the fighting argument for that was
the longevity. And Christian Horner is the longevity.
That has a lot of longevity, but
The two at the top are both long-term memes, and the two bottom ones are some of the best highlights of the season.
just real
Heavy hitters.
Yeah,
So I know what I'm going with here. What do you know yet?
I think so.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Max
Christian
Verstappen.
Horner.
Oh no.
Oh.
Down to the coin flip. I don't think I've won a single coin flip this
No.
whole time. Maybe one.
Hey, Siri, this is the last one we're gonna do, but can you please flip this coin for
You don't
us?
know that.
I didn't get that.
God, just fucking
Siri, flip the coin.
Flip a fucking
Flip a-
coin, you dumb whore.
Oh, don't talk to him like that.
Hey, let's go.
I'm happy for it, dude, because I love that headline.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
Okay, we have our final matchup set. Sergio Perez's entire season versus Max Verstappen mental breakdown in Hungary.
2 Red Bull drivers.
Yeah, we got Red Bull dominance. It's I feel like it's 2023 again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break it down. Sergio Perez. We went over this. We have probably the best long-term meme of the season and one of, if not the best, funny highlight of the season.
Yeah.
Going toe-to-toe.
What do I like more?
This is really fucking
I
tough.
don't know, man. Like I said, I can't look at Max Verstappen
Mental
mental
breakdown.
breakdown and not laugh.
But dude, Sergio Perez,
I know, dude.
waking up every morning to see Sergio Perez out in Q2 and still have a fucking job was so goddamn funny.
I know. And there are so many iconic moments.
I think I know which one I'm going with.
I also think I know which one I'm going with.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Max Verstappen mental breakdown.
Yay! Max Verstappen mental breakdown takes the W. And honestly, I'm very happy to see it.
Yeah, dude,
I'm very happy to see it. All right, we've got our winner.
Now what?
That's been the whole bracket. Thank you guys for watching. We plan on doing more videos like this in the future. If you guys like it, make sure to, like the video and all that shit. And if you think that we missed an even funnier moment or more iconic moment, stop making fun of me. Leave it in the comments. If we forgot one, we could do a part 2 of this 2024 best moments. We have another 2 months before the season starts. So do that. And also remember, when we do more of these videos, we're going to do a lot of the seeding and choosing topics in the Discord. So if you'd like to be a part of that, join the Discord. But with that being said, Nick, why don't you sign us off?
Shoutouts to the CCP. I know you're watching me right now. Shoutouts to the TikTok band.
Shout out to Max Verstappen mental breakdown.
Because you really put a smile on my face today. So, stay toasty, everybody.
Stay toasty, my friends, and that's going to be it.